The story that I'm about to tell you is how I like to create games in which you can screw people over. If it includes chunky animals, even better. Hey YouTube, welcome to the very first devlog for Chonker Party, a trick-taking party card game. I'm Alexandra, the creator and designer of this game. This video will take you through the journey of how Chonker Party came to life, from the initial idea to the prototype and what's next. Basically, I need your help. First, a little about myself. Truth be told, I've wrecked my brain thinking about what funny and engaging things I could tell you, but to be fair, I don't know. I'm still figuring out some stuff, and everything else is not that cool. I love Nutella, I have a love-hate relationship with working out, and I love chunky animals. One thing about me though that is pretty relevant here is that I've always been a creative person, and now I'm a designer. UX professionally, and game designer passionately, let's call it. I've been into board game design since I was a kid. I was always tinkering with existing games, trying to make my own version. My love for games in general started in those late summer nights spent with family or friends playing classic card games. I want to say that the joy and laughter is what got me into it, but no. Just pure competition and hatred, just wanting to see the others fail and me win. I'm kidding, sort of. Anyway, I want to recreate those feelings for others, so that's why I started my own indie game publishing company and started creating my first game. So, what is Chonker Party? It's a simple trick-taking party game. The mission is this: gather as many points as possible. These include salty and sweet. Since it's a trick-taking game, the first non-action card played becomes the trump. Chunks are a universal trump, and whoever plays the last chunk or trump in a round wins it. For example, if player 1 played a leaf and player 2 a brick, player 1 would win, since leaf is a trump. The round ends when it circles back to the first player. They can decide if they want to continue the round only if they have a trump or chunk. For example, in a game with 4 players, the first player can put down a sweet card. This becomes a trump and is also valued at +1 points. Second player plays an action card. All action cards have the instructions written on them. Then, they force the next player to play a chunk. Player 3 plays a chunk. He would be the current winner. Player 4 plays a brick. Player 1 wants to continue the round and plays a sweet. Player 2 plays a chunk. He's currently winning the card. Player 3 plays a salty. A very bad idea, since it's not a trump, but it does value 1 point. Player 4 decides it's time to play a -1 card. Player 1 is out of chunks or sweets, but can still play an action card that allows them to steal a card from player 2. Since that card was not chunk, he tries again, stealing from player 3 this time. Still no luck. That means that player 1 can no longer continue the round, and player 2 won. They won a total of 2 points. Now that the round ended, everyone draws back up to 6 cards, starting with the winner and moving clockwise. If cards run out, share them evenly. If no cards are left in the draw deck, continue playing until everyone's empty-handed. The winner of the previous round starts the next one. A few more things. If your draw deck is empty and an action card requires you to draw a card, use the discarded deck instead. Also, when it comes to stacking cards, you can stack as many action cards as long as the previous card said that you need to draw, and play any card. These include choose, steal, see, or war. They add that screwing over part that I keep repeating myself with. Anyway, the player with the most points at the end of the game wins it. This is a very high-level summary of the game. And the journey of Chonker Party began with a simple prototype made from cardboard that I cut and wrote on by hand. At this stage, Chonker Party didn't have a name. It was just, hey, let's play my card game. After around 30 games or so, I printed those cards to blind test them with people outside my circle of friends. This was crucial into getting unbiased feedback. And this is when I started calling the game The Ultimate Chonker, which later evolved into Chonker Party. This one is still ongoing, so I've actually imported the current rules and the setup for the game in Tabletop Simulator. So if you have any sort of feedback, this is very much appreciated and it's more than welcomed. The rules definitely evolved while we playtested the game. Some mechanics worked brilliantly, while others fell flat. For example, in the early versions, there were too many action cards, which made the game chaotic. Adjustments were made, like reducing the number of points required and tweaking the rules for different player counts. One of the biggest challenges was learning how to explain the game in the simplest way possible. As a UI/UX designer, clarity is key, and the same principle applied here. It's definitely rewarding seeing people enjoy the game that you made and hear their laughter, but getting there required a lot of iteration and refinement. I still think we have a few things to improve on, and maybe with your help we can do that. And speaking of help, I want to thank and share the invaluable resources that shaped my journey. One is definitely Jamey Stegmaier's blog, which is truly a treasure trove of insights. His transparency about his own success and failures in the game design industry and publishing overall provided me with some really valuable lessons. His posts on playtesting and crowdfunding were particularly helpful. He truly is a one-stop shop, and the fact that his blog is free, I still cannot believe it. The Board Game Design Lab podcast is another very cool resource. Listening to interviews with successful designers gave me a lot of practical tips and new perspectives on game mechanics and player engagement. These discussions definitely sparked some new ideas that I came to implement into Chonker Party. Also, this might be the UX designer in me speaking, but books like The Design of Everyday Things by Don Norman also played a crucial role. While it's not a board game design book per se, it helped me understand my own workflow better. It helped me structure the rules and overall solve the game, putting emphasis on usability and user-centered design. I think that this is one of the books that helped Chonker Party not be only fun, but also intuitive to play. The most special and important resource to me was engaging with the local and online playtest communities. This provided me diverse perspectives and really honest feedback that helped me refine the game. The friendliness and shared passion within these communities were incredibly motivating, pushing me to elevate my work. Like I said, these are just the tip of the iceberg, but I feel the need to include them as they truly helped and shaped my journey. So what's next for Chonker Party? Well, first, we'll be coming to Essen. This is where we'll have our official launch, with both German and English versions. But there will be a limited number of copies available, and these are all Essen exclusive. They also include some surprises. If you want to visit us, that's booth number 2B531. At the same time, in order to be able to bring it to the whole world, we'll be launching a crowdfunding campaign dedicated to Chonker Party team play in Q4 this year or Q1 next year. If you're interested in following the journey and actually contributing to the creation and some of the decisions for Chonker Party, please consider following us on the Board Game Geek page of the game. I will be posting polls about different decisions that need to be made. Essentially, I want you guys to help me reach the final design. The polls will be cross-platform and shared also on TikTok, together with some small animated videos following the chonkers. Actually, the first poll is live. You can vote which card design you find better, either on Board Game Geek or TikTok. You can also stay up to date with our newsletters on the Chonker Party website. There is still a great deal of work to be done, and I plan to take you along with me. For now though, that's a wrap for the first devlog of Chonker Party. I hope you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look and will stay tuned for the next one. If you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next devlog. Bye!